Motorsports have been around for almost as long as the automobile itself, and for almost as long as that, races have been concluded by the waving of a black and white checkered flag. And while the history of racing has been meticulously documented, the origins of the checkered flag have remained clouded in mystery. Before we get to that though, if you enjoy this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and remember to check back to our channel for our other history of racing videos as well as videos that we've done on other topics. Now, the history of the checkered flag. What is black and white all over and not red until the end? It is a universally recognized symbol for racing and performance. Its importance is absolutely critical to competition. Dropped only once, with just anticipation of its falling, it can bring a crowd to its feet. However, once dropped, it is forgotten. E. Paul Dickinson. There have been many competing theories regarding the origins of the checkered flag and its use in motorsports. Some go back well before the birth of the automobile, including 19th century bicycle racing in France. Another theory places the origins in horse racing. Horse racing was enjoyed by Native Americans and adopted by early American settlers. Large gatherings would occur around horse races where large meals would be prepared. As the story goes, a large checkered tablecloth would be waved as a signal to everyone to come inside when the food was ready to eat, and that the races should therefore be concluded. Another, more practical theory simply notes that early automobile racing competed on dirt courses and might have relied on checkered flags due to the easy visibility of the contrasting white and black pattern. While there is little or no evidence to support or refute these theories, the early 20th century would finally provide some photographic evidence of early checkered flag use. 10 miles north of Daytona Beach, in 1902, there was a gathering at the Ormond Beach Hotel. Early pioneers of automobile racing, including the first sponsors and owners in the sport, are planning to set the first automotive land speed records over a 1-mile course. Names such as Ransom E. Olds, the father of Oldsmobile, Alexander Winton, Henry Ford, and William K. Vanderbilt Jr. are bringing their best cars to see who will be the fastest on the beach sands. The first attempts saw both Olds and Winton achieve speeds of 57 miles per hour. In 1904, Henry Ford would hit a top speed of just over 91 miles per hour in a Ford Aero, a record that would be topped just weeks later by Vanderbilt, who hit a speed of just over 92 miles per hour. Some suspect that one of these men may have been the first to see a checkered flag from the driver's seat of a race car. While we don't have any proof of this, we do know that in 1904, Vanderbilt founded the Vanderbilt Cup, a 30-mile long road race in Long Island, New York. In 1906, the race was won by Louis Wagner, and a photo of the finish shows a checkered flag being waved by race starter Fred Wagner. This is the first known photograph of a checkered flag being used in an automobile race. About the same time, Sidney Walden, an employee of the Packard Motor Car Company, also used a checkered flag to mark checking stations along the course of the Glidden Tour rally. The Glidden Tour, named after Charles J. Glidden, an early telephone entrepreneur, was run from 1902 until 1913 and was organized by the American Automobile Association as a way to promote their activities advocating for automobiles, safe roads, and automobile-friendly legislation. The rally traveled hundreds of miles through the United States and sometimes Canada, and had time limits that would be checked at stops along the route. According to stories, Walden proposed in 1906 to place the checkered flags at each station. Checkpoints, as they are now called, are still used today in road rally events held by organizations such as the Sports Car Club of America. Over the next few decades, the checkered flag became a universally recognized symbol for racing. Eventually, the symbol would come to transcend motorsports and become a general symbol for finishing or the end of things. During the period of time when the New York Giants football team played in Yankee Stadium, checkered flags were placed in the end zones to mark the end of the playing field. A more recent tradition began in 1980 when Indianapolis 500 starter and United States Auto Club flagman Dwayne Sweeney chose to wave a double checkered flag at the conclusion of the famed race at the Brickyard, a tradition that still exists today. Today, checkered flags are used outside of racing too. The International Code of Signals, used for both military and civilian communications, utilizes a blue checkered flag to represent the letter N, or sometimes as a way to say no or negative. Checkered flags are also used as safety flags, appearing as orange or red flags. The United States Air Force even holds training exercises at Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida called Checkered Flag, where pilots go to meet annual training requirements and to gain experience in more complex combat scenarios. Regardless of where the practice of waving a checkered flag began, or for what reason, it has become an unmistakable part of racing, as well as everyday life. Though we may never know the true story of how the checkered flag first came to be used in motorsports, the variety of theories illustrates the rich and diverse history of racing. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next lap.